I have everything she's written, and it is to me the only coherent, non-contradictory philosophy there is. Every aspect of it, from the metaphysics to the epistemology to the ethics, all of it is it builds on a logical hierarchy. Nothing contradicts anything else. It all makes sense. So anyway, that was hilarious to me. These guys, I mean, Swaggart and all, they were getting caught, with hookers in hotels, and we would take, as I'm sure you know, we took Norwegian wood and made it Texas Motel, and Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds became Louisiana Hooker with Herpes, and it was just, I just loved that. I just had a ball with that, because those guys are such sleazebags to me. I mean, they prey on these, prey as in not to God, but prey as in wolves on rabbits. They prey on these essentially innocent, poor, mostly poor elderly people that can't barely afford to feed themselves, and they get them to send their money into these idiots who are spouting this nonsense stuff. Geez, I remember this one thing. Who was it? Oral Roberts, I think it was, said that he was visited by this 900-foot Jesus who said, "You got to come up with X amount of millions by this date, or I'm going to come and take your life." And I thought, well, great, this is great. He's not going to be able to raise that much money, and all of a sudden he's not going to get killed, so it'll be exposed as a big scam. Yeah, 900-foot Jesus is going to kill you. Well, you're not dead, so where's the validity there? But even so, the people keep sending these guys money, and it's outrageous. I mean, it is evil. I think it's evil. These guys that pose as moral leaders are evil, and Frank saw it too. I like a lot of the stuff he did, like Dumb All Over. Heavenly Bank Account. I love anytime he would spoof religion. I loved it.
Yeah, musically speaking, what were the most challenging things about 88 tour?
88. Well, let's see.
Besides
we did
a large repertoire.
Well, for me, the most challenging thing, again, was being the primary keyboard player. And the fact that we did, in that tour, we did a lot more free-form kind of jazz. Now, jazz is not a word that Frank ever particularly liked. He used to say, jazz is not dead, it just smells funny. But we did, I don't know what else to call it, we did more free improvisational jazz-type music on that tour than any other tour, and that was a lot of fun because the fact that coincided with me being the primary keyboard player. I had to do that stuff, and well, I had an opportunity to do it too. It played just very free kind of keyboard solos from time to time, which actually I could do better than playing what they call inside, playing changes, playing standards. I had an easier time just kind of going free, and creating my own harmonic structure and taking that approach.
And you used to sing along.
Oh yeah.
Like Tommy Mars, not exactly, but
right.
in a way.
Yeah. Now Tommy does that really well too. He doesn't have the vocal chops, but he's got very good vocal chops, and not as a lead singer, but he can do that scat along with with what you're playing thing. Well, that's just a matter of a lot of people probably think that when they hear a jazz player just really, really flying and playing all kinds of unusual things, that they don't know what they're doing, that it's just happening. That's bullshit. That's complete bullshit. And the test and the proof of knowing in your ear what's really happening is the ability to sing along. That proves that you know exactly with your ear what it is you're playing. Your fingers aren't just doing stuff. It's thought out. It's a mental process that's going on there, and it's not just musical vomit or whatever. I don't know how
I
to
like
describe
the sort of Frank Sinatra thing you did in Big Swift in Barcelona. Do you remember? I don't know if it was like Strangers in.
Oh yeah, that was. Oh right. That was the monitor mixer, Markson. That was his birthday that night, and we did some unusual things there. There was another vocal thing where in Whipping Post that night, I changed the words around, something about Markson. He was supposed to have a hooker and it never happened or something like that, and he was all frustrated, and I changed the words of Whipping Post that night to reflect his frustration. But yeah, I sort of remember that there was a, what was that Sinatra thing. There's a video of that in fact I first saw a copy of the video, and I got a copy of it from this rabid Zappa fan from Copenhagen named Ole Lisgard, who I met on the first European tour there, and who I am still in contact with. This guy is, I think he's a school teacher or something, but he would just, he would be at all these concerts, and I went to visit him. I was back in Europe in '89 with Stevie Nicks, which was like, nothing at all like a Zappa tour. I don't want to say anything more than that. I went to visit Ole and went to his home, and he showed me the Barcelona. He had just taped it from Spanish television, and that was on there. Whipping Post was on there, and this Strangers in the Night. I don't remember how that came about or why, but that was one of the most wonderful things about the tours was that on any given night, whatever had happened that day in the news, or the night before in the hotel, or that day on the airplane, could come out, and probably would come out in the concert in some kind of way. Frank would change some lyrics around, and I remember...
and you would follow.
Yeah, another aspect of that tour was that Ike and I would always be trying to guess where Frank was going to go with the lyrics tonight, and a lot of times we all hit it together and guessed the same thing at the same time. So it was a lot of fun. There was a lot of laughing, a lot of laughs on stage, in the hotel, in the plane. We laughed a lot all the time because it was great fun. It was just great fun.
So was the '88 tour the last tour you did work for Frank?
Yeah.
When did you met him for the last time?
The last time I saw Frank was shortly before he died. Towards the end, he changed his approach socially a little bit. He became much more social. He started to have margarita nights at his house on Friday nights, and just invite people from the band, people from the arts and film, and we would have these wonderful eclectic conglomerates of people. These singers from Tibet, and just all kinds of interesting people together, and just socializing at Frank's house. And Frank would, he would be relaxing because he was weakening by then, and it was hard to see him. Excuse me.